I can't believe it's been 7 years since I moved to the Hood River area. And even though I love living here and don't see myself living anywhere else, there are still some things that I wish I knew and things I'd do differently. That's why I decided to share all of those things with you today so you can make an educated decision about Hood River if you're about to make this big move. In less than 15 minutes, you'll save time not having to watch another video or read a blog about Hood River, because I'll even clearly outline at the end who would hate living here, but who would love living here. So let's get started. The first thing I wish I had known before moving to Hood River is how expensive it is. You may think the area is affordable since it's a small town in Oregon, but it's a popular tourist destination. So even though it's still a hidden gem for most people in America, it is still a very competitive market with home prices rising every year. Right now, for example, the median sales price for small single-family homes is $778,000. Besides, you have all of the other costs like groceries, gas, taxes. Even renting a home here can be expensive, depending on the type of house you desire. So my first tip is come prepared. You may have to pay extra for a bigger home, but higher home prices generally mean it's more desirable because it has a better quality of life. So you can also expect better appreciation compared to other areas. Now, one thing, if you have kids, it's not cheap. Even though you'll find some childcare options, they're not always the least expensive. However, once they start going to school, you will love the highly rated school system in the Hood River County School District, which provides education for kindergarten through 12th grade students. Another thing I wish I knew was the very limited job opportunities and the limited shopping and dining options. So if you're coming here without a job, keep that in mind. While there are some good jobs available, it can be difficult to find the right one, and most often residents need to commute to bigger cities like Portland and Vancouver, or they work from home. Some people dislike the lack of shopping and dining options here, and I will say I do get bored at times, but that's also why many love Hood River, because of the small boutiques and family-owned places you don't find in most cities. So if you want a plethora of high-end shopping options and restaurant variety, you'll need to drive to the city. Another thing I wish I knew was that the Hood River area also receives a lot of tourists, so much so that people have started referring to it as a tourist town. Here you'll find a variety of incredible outdoor opportunities and gorgeous waterfalls. Besides, the city is well known for activities like kiteboarding and mountain biking, and its old architecture helps with the vibe of a small town near the mountains. But this tourist town status can lead to resentment toward newcomers, which can give people the feeling that the town's community is very closed and a bit cold, with neighbors not getting together as often as we see in some other towns. While I think this feeling is valid, for someone who has lived here for 7 years, I can confidently say we actually do have a really strong sense of community and a friendly, laid-back vibe. But after leaving Seattle and living here year-round, I found a new love for work-life balance and actually enjoy all the things we can do as a family. Another thing I wish I knew was the climate and weather and what it's like living here year-round. If there's one thing I actually don't see many people talking about, it is the wildfire season. You should definitely know this before moving here. The area is prone to wildfires, especially during the dry season, which can lead to potential evacuation risks and poor air quality. Hood River is known for its consistently high winds channeling down the Columbia River Gorge, nearly 300 days of wind a year. Seattle is more gloomy year-round, but the rain is lighter. In Hood River, the rain can be heavier, but there aren't as many rainy days. December is historically the wettest month here. Hood River has a moderate climate with warm, dry summers and cold, snowy winters. But the best part about the weather is on average there are 144 sunny days per year. Hood River has a warm summer Mediterranean climate with rainy winter and dry summers. It also sits in a transition zone between the wet temperate rainforest to the west and drier desert-like climate to the east. Temperatures are slightly cooler than other low-elevation towns in the region, especially at night, due to air drainage off surrounding mountains. And the area gets less rainfall than places further west like Portland, but more than areas east like the Dalles. So even though these are the major cons of living here, the town also offers so many pros and many reasons why you'll enjoy the mountain vibe. Let me share some of those with you. The quality of life in this town is unbeatable. With clean air you definitely don't have in big cities, quality services and healthcare, great schools, and tons of outdoor activities that make it a highly livable place. That's right, if you're an outdoor enthusiast, you'll be in the right place with activities that go from windsurfing to kiteboarding to mountain biking, hiking, and skiing. You'll see yourself surrounded by stunning scenery, nestled between mountains, rivers, creeks, and waterfalls, and offering breathtaking views and such a beautiful setting. Thinking about all of these things, if there's something I'd do differently, considering what I know now, it would probably be moving to Hood River a lot sooner. If you're still curious which Columbia River Gorge city is right for you, then download our free guide in the description below. It will help you to compare the pros and cons of every Columbia River Gorge city to find out which is right for you. So make sure you download it below. So who should and who shouldn't live in Hood River? You might reconsider moving here if you're on a tight budget, as the cost of living, especially housing, is quite high. If you want a wide variety of shopping, dining, and entertainment options found in larger cities. If you can't tolerate periods of poor air quality due to wildfire smoke. Or if you dislike windy conditions like Hood River averages nearly 300 windy days per year, like I mentioned. Another reason you might not want to live here is if you need access to ample job opportunities outside of tourism and recreation industries. One more reason that you might not want to live in Hood River is if you don't enjoy the outdoors or an active athletic lifestyle. But you would like living in Hood River if you can afford the higher housing costs and costs of living. You appreciate a smaller town feel with local boutiques and family-owned businesses. You love outdoor activities like windsurfing, kiteboarding, hiking, skiing. You value natural scenic beauty like the mountains, the river, the forests, waterfalls. You want a strong sense of community and a laid-back, friendly vibe. You prioritize clean air quality and proximity to quality healthcare and schools. But overall, this has been the best place to raise our family, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. So if you've made it this far in the video, you're probably looking to move to Hood River or find your next home in the area, and we would love to be your real estate resource of choice. If this sounds like something for you, just email me at jen@jdreteam.com to get started. As one of the top teams in the area, we help over 100 families per year just like you, so we know the gorge inside and out. So if you're looking to buy or sell in the Columbia River Gorge, then reach out. I'll leave my contact info below in the description, just in case you need it again. But if you're still curious which are the best and worst Columbia River Gorge cities, then make sure you check out this video up here next. I rank the best cities to help you decide which one is right for you. So click up here to find out the best and worst cities in the gorge.